Abuzuya Makwaba about the POG Media. So said Dan die no Ghana political headlines in the and I say yes so your boy Eddie Highway no so na Sakabia need about so my Ghana and the POG abeda for no so the echo and the eba our my Ghana your political space in the na measure that's why for POG Media so na so subscribe to POG and the equal so also bet me a drop subscription said I was about me a daily updates in the now what me so I share and I'll be to so I slide into the comment section hole. Now also waiting me editing common at the afa a year Jumedi. Now yeah bought Eddie Ryan say my not to say a bought Eddie Ra a year Dubai a year in case and also a war a year highway in as well. So now no or that's so a trade about Hukuma to say a year in case no a D court akoniaba. Now when a year fresh a year updates and I say and so about a year free a year the case in the hot chest say yes yes kapudua and also a fan in say a war the Jumedia not just on also a ball at the man of my Ghana no yes it can be and so it's me ball Eddie Bra a year Dúncan Williams a yes of a point on also my Ghana move it be so it's me ball Eddie Bra catch ya not to say the St0lén car business is now not also air running on a yes I'm two Escaladé B and so I could be a year of a point you have me no can say and no not to say on also a didn't a corner bar my Ghana move na sɛnea no ka say EOCO and together with owura Japka and so just say almost so boy adwuma den said the bear mobile that valid evidence and so it's me agina so not just say omode akakofa also for Dúncan Williams that just say almost so etimi ama emrano ene enedi abusua me say bejebre na abo edira sanse mi bi dase
na brantin satan medwane afiri Ghana or Dubai or Jinani ese wani ensa wo ka kire spending hey money swine kwe ankofu mu no nom Dom Perignon kona kohwe ne bo very expensive look or Dubai and your man in krase wo maame ahofe kokọ tall ne ho mfa no ese obafie young man here so oba Ghana from Dubai and was sa na adwene say no obekwa kofa U10 afa London na what's son in krata bia wokura na what the atwa plane ticket e dey aba Ghana senia the passport now with the free Ghana e call Dubai no yem fan follow no yem fan monitor no because he's a smart thief free London and obedu UK. He thought he was smart. But no him say, Ora Japka. And then the men were smarter than him. He was not using the VVIP. But no him say, play no our 4 year no. Intel a peke no. O si san him. Jen anyhow put on those masks. Obi sha be feel say e nipa chronity the only thing abamu eneni on the face no asesa addressing the different o see free play ni mo and e show ni mu kwa by owura Japka na straight on the call national security and of the EOCO now tienye this guy unim yo ya tie no and was salute to owura Japka so oh yes smart a kwaya of far so or the chain because if free tree e be sin neck now who ni pakro te said de aya yenua anas areme yaw anas onamwa no ye onamwa who nanim ni ye or kokota or disguise no that exactly what kwabna eduboy he disguised himself and look different. But no name said Japka in Owura Japka, grandson. I alert. And no chain of the man Akuffo. Now, listen carefully. Your chain of pet and no far phone and no friend. And Akuffo is so friend. The lawyer. I mean, no can say aban no besesa no odinkan if jai eye na sorry and oko join eye action chapel because assemblies are we wan akosra action for or assemblies no akosra action for kakra oko action so a oto offering akese oyisika oboa action chapel kakra enti oni Dúncan Williams be fa yonko and Dúncan Williams the part I will play here and I may be catcher but didn't catcher what Reverend Stephen Wingham a friend no we inviting on the office bisa the questions. He said, no, young man, Sikana Udema Assemblies of God is too much. We want to know exactly where you are getting all these monies from. Meaning sound, I'm not saying you are a thief, but for the church image, we just want to know. But the young man, Eka say, onam kwai paso and winyane sika. Na be cry inheritance. If you want and oboni team possess this particular pastor or investigate me. But pastor he was just being a pastor and asking the right questions. Tiabrantian, he said no. Papa, the way I was starting to be question one day. Bibi tomia omboame. Nti mame fa me ho adwene. Ana ode ne nai ba ko see Assemblies of God mu. Ana ode ba ko see Action Chapel. Ana ne Dúncan Williams a fa yonko. Now listen to me closely. Ya chi no pe. O Fred lawyer and a lawyer Fred Reverend Stephen Wingham. Our free bone porogo yo. The National Superintendent of Assemblies of God. No busa said yes, no msu oh, wakwada no. Pabne duboy, ya chino. No sisa, ya chino. Dia no ko ye. Omsu embezzlement. Riesika, any other things. Oh, really? And yeah, ministry can. Mama, the lawyer no a o friend me no. But modiana hwe kwan abefa so amremu no. Or be defending because even a criminal have right to a lawyer. Tishe kwan abefa so be defending. Wow, we say no. Reverend Stephen Wingham on fana adwene ma no. No sa ka kire the lawyer and say call Dúncan Williams. Ono so me man sikani bi me share no. Me to offering on the church. Call him and tell him. This is what has happened. Sometime ya me catch you na the lawyer Dúncan craft friend the wife. Emma the wife sikani bi sikani bi e wo mu fie. E wo Mayfair estate. Remember I told you he bought the estate from Dr. Otumfuo. My name my interview no. One-on-one, mano a mano, ewo UK Kruma. Hey, Charlie, hustle. But my friend the Antonche. Your friend you know. Millions of Ghana cedis are we go back, muno. And no friend mo wafase. A dubois in the wafase. And no best sense, canina. Be far cast, no, and be free few. Escalade. Archbishop Dúncan Williams used some Escalade be. The question is, he was say, when you saw Escalade in a way, black, bulletproof, when you're free. Why did this Escalade in the man? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. When you're free. Why not the man? Come near the boy. An hour toy. I will leave it here. One day, I'll revisit it. Now, lawyer the phone and a friend Dúncan Williams, Archbishop Nicholas Dúncan Williams, the man who claimed that when God called him, he asked him to put his hand on a candle. Into Dúncan Williams. On one in one, oh my God. Tie Dúncan Williams. when God called him, he placed his finger on a candle.
I could see the flesh.
That's what he told him. Forgive me. Listen to Dúncan Williams. Listen to him.
So I started having all these hallucinations, hearing voices, and one time I was in my room and I heard voices and began to sense the presence of evil. And it was like I was overpowered by evil presence. And I could hear them. But I didn't see, but I could hear them. And then a voice said to me, in those days we didn't have standby generators and any of those things. So when your light went off, you lighted a candle. So I had a candle and a match in my room. So the voice said, light the candle. I did. And he said, place your right palm on the flame. And it didn't make sense, but it was as if I could not resist the power of the voice. And so I placed my right palm on the flame, and that is the result of this. I could see the flesh, opening up and the bones popping out, and blood was all over the place. My lips were sealed.
Hi, I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So that is the account of Archbishop Dúncan Williams.
But I couldn't resist the command, and my hand was on the flame, and my hands were.
Like you made a message over Japan, like, now someone subscribe to a POG political media, so or me see a lot about Ghana authentic political headlines are POG Media, so and I was a bit me a can now one who the echo any the air bar and temper. So now in some way to say a Dr. Ren, and the to be Kamiako, yes, a year. I do want a year, not in a brown, I say. Aside the brand one not to say on financial and so in Yago, not to say on also born home the power, sorry, cool. See Nisika, and from more sorry, not to say best. And I'm say a year, a quite enough as soon as not to say a quite beer, and yes, said I know Papa Swan, not to say Yanni booming tea, not to say a banner saying be more sorry, not to say to me, Sika 50 the tour, Emma yet made a boy sorry. No, you can't quite sorry, be not to say a year. So for pound or down on a wigama, on also whom San is a ama oto ne nsa frɛ no ebusa no sɛ yes asika yɛ hefa no Ghana ma so kyerɛ sɛ inheritance a no so etimi inherit free ɛyɛ ne father hɔ na ohun sɛ sɔfo no ebusa nsa questions no ohun sɛ one penny ti amfa ba bia kyerɛ sɛ the to betimi enso ate a kyerɛ sɛ ɔno so bɔ edi bra Dúncan Williams so a kyerɛ sɛ ɔno yɛ ɔgye na ahobrɛaseɛ so ɔgye ne fɛ so sɛ ɔmoa na mfa ne sika no ɛmɛboa ɛyɛ na sorry mɛsɛ sɛ bɛto aso na ɛte issue
roasting on the fire, and after a long time, the pain was unbearable. So I screamed and I shouted, and I think the security heard and called for help. So they came and broke my door, and when they came, took me out, all the fingers were gone. And I ended up at the hospital for 4 months with all kinds of procedures and things to help me. And I will run out of the ward. They have to arrest me, bring me back, put me in chains, inject me to get me to be calm, to sleep. And I was having all kinds of spiritual experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Archbishop Dúncan Williams, a choir of Faswa, Nensamiensa, right hand, Nina a bene, of Sinyankupon friend, no. And a Yankupon catcher and say, on Faninsa, that time na Yama light off, it no a so candle, no Yankupon catcher and say, on Faninsa, and got 2 candles, so he's painting a picture as a God who is wicked, a God who is evil. And the God told him, say, Omfan and Sam got 2 candles, so na candle no shin and sa. Na then sa 5 nina fingers 5 nina and shoe. Then sanimu and shoe. Then Sammy and sa pen a she. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and sano shea mane try bedu sa eye ne knuckles ne finger we need the anshu this last finger and she but me and sano and a she God have mercy. This man is Archbishop Dúncan Williams. Hey, with him. Some friends are women, I say, no, ye arm robber, and no cobo chrono, and ye chain, and ye chan and sa. I on one cassa story in Abetua Bunting. I and Kofwa car, own sea woman, a besine. On one and for nibi, and a Debetua Bunting. So, oko arm robbery as a wee smoker, a bad boy, a criminal at the time. And you try your chain. Robbery no call wrong, and he was caught. And you try and Sammy and son go and sin no more. His father being a diplomat, you know. It's a story about Bontin said a son of a diplomat. You try and say it will be a shame to his father. Or on a bipolar aspect, you can see from his son. Nice handsome boy. Mean you sue and God forbid. That's not my style. But the man is not speaking the truth. I think I will go with the friends. Oh, my Baba and Tiambeka said he was an armed robber. That story makes sense to me than him putting his hand on the candle. These are the people. Dúncan Williams. During Rollins' time, he wanted to control Rollins. And Rollins gave him a warning. And through Nana Konedu Ajima Rollins, he later became friends of Jerry John Rollins. Fast forward, when Akuffo came to power, he wanted to control Akuffo. But Akuffo told him, Mr. Man, be careful. Then Akuffo, in 2007, Dúncan Williams met the Whittaker Group president. Who is Whittaker Group president? Rosa Whittaker, his current wife, was a friend to Akuffo. George Bush time, and a Rosa Whittaker eba Ghana. An energy company eba Ghana. Emra ifa emu yenya fa anwo. And Akuffo, in one of his visits, introduced Rosa Whittaker to Dúncan Williams. And from there, they became friends and lovers. And now they are married, husband and wife. He goes after money. Yes. Or divorcing the wife. The wife in Niska. The only share Abrabaseno lied and told stories about his wife. And he went after money. Dúncan Williams is a greedy man. I'm sorry to say. He has used religion and packaged himself to steal from the poor, sit and dine with men in authority. It's called packaging. Somebody say, Dr. Ren, why are you talking about this man? Anytime I'm in Ghana, I visit his church. The irony, because I know who he is. And he knows who I am. Archbishop Dúncan Williams knows who I am. I won't say much. And he knows I know him, and he knows me. I've been a bad boy before on the street of Accra. I'm telling you. Oh yes. In a good sense. Not bad as in bad. As in a dirty man. No. In a lovely way. Oh yes. So I know him and he knows me. And we meet at certain places after church. Oh, yes. Let me not bore you with that story. We'll visit it another day. Now you see, anything about money is what Dúncan Williams is after. So what did he do? When he was phoned, say ya chick kabna edubuai. Immediately, he called the president, John Dramani Mahama. And he could not reach the president. Then he called the president's wife. Oh, that woman is so meek-mouthed and humble. Lordina Mahama, First Lady of Ghana. God bless you, Mama. He called Lordina Mahama and said, Makwada bakon yachino. Akwada bain. Kwabena edubuahin. Oya dain. Oh, no, you're director at the National Signal Bureau. Now, wakwa broche ba no yachino wa airport. Yesu akwa sika. Beyanka uni wukununka na yenjano. Oh, papa. Wakamate. And so me kunu say Ghana for to Abama de say unreset Ghana. Into the owia sika kwambone so no. Enya me kunu na bechi no, eyemra ene bechi no. Oh, Lordina Mahama. That is why I said you are my lovely baby. Lordina, full of wisdom and respect. Dúncan Williams was not happy. He tried to phone the president. I think the president was busy at the time. He could not reach him. Now, I've told you how he tried to control Rawlings, Dúncan Williams. And I've also told you how he tried to control Akuffo, and it didn't work. And through Akuffo, he got a woman, and he married the woman. The woman is prosperous and rich. And he left his wife and followed money. When Atamils came, he controlled Atamils and told Atamils not to allow pouring of libation. Atamils fell for his tricks. And then John Mahama, part 1, he tried to control John Mahama. And when John Mahama was out of office for 8 years, Reverend Dr. Stephen Wingham became John Mahama's pastor. And John Mahama realized that this man is a true man of God. This man speaks truth. This man is honest. What happened? They became friends and families. So John Mahama came to understand the religion, the pastors, who they are, the fake ones and the good ones. And he has since stayed with Dr. Wingham, the National Superintendent for Assemblies of God, who comes from Bunkpurbu Yoyo.
That's it. So come home na yabo Eddie Raj Media say POG the one Ghana authentic headlines at POG Media so and now on sabetimiaka all the political trending issues nina and tempa beba highway so na to say POG Media so and now sabetimiaka no the echo as I want subscribers still measure super drop subscription now hit notification bell no now we share no for so answer so etimiaka now betimi so abon our comment section on POG Media Branty beba na yensu ababe reply a comment na to say dwumadi no enso etimi ababe ye krabehwe but that's it so je bre my this is